Welcome, everybody, to day 152 of 365 days of Cookie Clicker. Now, first, pop the doc. Okay, so basically, this will be the last, regardless of what happens during these next 15 minutes or whatever, this will be the last video before I ascend. I don't feel like waiting all the way until 13 quadrillion, so we're going to just see what we can do with this mac and cheese that we have left. And yes, the garden is full of weeds. What happened was I let the garden go and it ran its course. Everything died except, of course, the elderwort, which can't die. So I decided just to say F it. I planted a bunch of the metalweed and I said maybe it'll grow, mutate into something more interesting if I put on the fertilizer to give it more passive effects. But so far, no such luck, just more metalweed. There are more interesting weeds out there that actually have some effects. I don't know if those effects are like good or anything, but they exist. I'd rather have them than not, So hopefully we'll get at least one interesting weed or like some sort of weed hybrid plant. I don't know what. Who knows? There's like 30 something plants, and I have like 10. I'm not sure how this, why such a thing is happening, but who knows? We'll get there. Christmas ended a while ago. We can X that out. Yeah. So basically, next episode there will be an ascension. And we'll just do what we can with the legacy points that we have. And we are going to hopefully go for even more. And like this time, we'll have Christmas first, followed by Easter, and then we'll do either Halloween or Valentine's Day after that. Yep, and this is like our life for the next 6 months, right? There's some variation of this kind of silliness. There are ways to spice it up, probably. Like just weeding the hell out of your garden is a way to do it. I wouldn't call it a good way, but I mean, I've done it. Haven't you seen what I've done? Oh. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my shoes on. Yeah, I'm doing it while making a video. Because why not do one thing when you can do two things, right? Make a video, click on cookies. Wait, those are the videos about shoes and cookies. Imagine if there was like shoe clicker. And like instead of cookie upgrades, you got like different kinds of shoes. Like you got hiking boots or high heels, or you got like flip-flops, ballet shoes, steel-toed boots. So you keep getting like new shoe upgrades, and you upgrade your closet, I guess, would be the thing. You get a bigger closet for all your shoes, and I don't know. I don't know exactly where that would go. Besides that, but shoe clicker maybe it's a game whose idea has come. And then you have upgrades like stronger laces, firmer arches, pointier heels, stuff like that. And maybe like for every kind of shoe that you get, they start appearing as like golden cookies, but they're golden shoes. And you click on these shoes, and it's random what size they are, and you want to get like the full set of sizes for every shoe. That's like the goal. So that's what you do. And then you, I don't know, when you do, you get like a bonus. And maybe you get like, there's certain things like Shoe Factory and Shoe Worker. You know, if you wanted to get dark, you could have like Sweatshop or something. Like, that used to be like a meme that like shoes were being made in sweatshops in Asia or something, but I don't know if that's still true or not. I know that the you know, a lot of those countries have a lot more money now than they used to, largely because we've been buying shoes and other things. So like, maybe that's like, oh, here's a thing. There could be a morality system in Shoe Clicker where you could buy sweatshops, or you could go like a different route, which is a bit more expensive, but produces like long-term yields. Like, maybe it will cost more if you do the non-sweatshop route, but your shoes will eventually be you'll get more what's it called, golden shoes appearing, or the shoes will be of higher quality, or you'll get more benefits. So like, yeah, there could be a morality system in Shoe Clicker. And oh, that's kind of cool. You could have, you know how you can cosmetically decorate your U's over here? Well, in Shoe Clicker, you can cosmetically decorate your shoe store. And maybe that's something you can do. Like, you start with like a boutique in the mall or something, or like a very small, like one of those like really small, like, you ever been in an old city and there's like a shoe store that's like the size of an apartment or something, and you just work your way up to a bigger and bigger shoe store until you have like the Shoe Emporium or Shoe World or something. And ultimately, if you're good enough at the game, you can eventually get the shoe store that's shaped like a shoe. Like, imagine a giant boot, like whatever that fairy tale was about the lady who lived in the shoe. It's like that, but inside the shoe store, or inside the shoe, is a shoe store. So it's like shoes within shoes. And that would be a thing you could do. It could be like one of those, and inside could be like one of those like Times Square stores, you know, like the Times Square Toys R Us, and has like a Ferris wheel and stuff inside. Just like really wacky, crazy stuff. And like the Ferris wheel could have like little shoes. You sit in shoes. So there you go. Yeah, imagine that. The shoes of all types. So if I knew a single thing about making games like this, I'll go up to the idle game maker and I would make Shoe Clicker. It would be the thing to do. Oh, there could be mini games like tying the shoe in different ways. You could learn about different kinds of knots. Knot theory is actually a pretty interesting and offbeat branch of mathematics. So there could be like knot theory popping up in there. Also lots of puns, like I did not see that coming. Yeah, stuff like that. And then maybe like in more advanced levels, aliens will start visiting you. And because they have different shaped feet, they're going to need like new kinds of shoes. So you can get into like alien shoe marketing and stuff. And all sorts of things like that. If you go the evil route, what ends up happening, I think, if you make too many sweatshops, eventually the sweatshop version of the Graham Apocalypse begins, where you get like a revolution that goes on, and it gets very dangerous, and then you sort of have to decide where you're going from there. You either have to give in to their demands for higher wages and stuff, which makes your shoes more expensive, but ultimately, ultimately pays off in the long run because those countries become richer, and then that makes more golden shoes appear that you can click on, you see? Or you can clamp down, put the boot on them to extend the shoe metaphor, if you will. So, and if you go the dark route, you have to keep escalating and escalating. And so then you start getting into the point where you have to look at yourself in the mirror and it's like, wow, I'm a dick. Look what I'm doing. And, yeah, it could be a real interesting thing. Like, you either succeed in putting down the shoe rebels or they take over. And then I'm not sure what happens after that. Maybe the shoes click you. It's possibly what happens. It could be a interesting turn of events. But if you're good, but yeah, it could branch into other things. I don't know, like leggings, I guess. Make socks. Could make gloves. Could make hats. I don't know. It could be the foot in the door, so to speak. See, like, the puns write themselves. Shoe clicker needs to exist. You can make a Kickstarter for it. Kickstarter, yeah, see, everything comes back to the shoe. The shoe on the other foot, things like that. If the shoe fits, like an old shoe, shoe shine. It's another thing. You get shoe shiners to shine your shoes, and they get like 10% more efficient or whatever. Oh, yeah. There's like so much you can do. Shoe repair, shoe fly pie. That's not remotely the same thing, but whatever. Who knows? And you could have holidays for that too, or better yet, different shoes are needed for different sports, right? So you could have sports seasons, like it's basketball season, so basketball shoes are now appearing, or it's football season and you got cleats, things like that. I don't know, it's ballet season, or it's, the theater kids are in town and they need like an 18th century French shoes for Les Mis or something. I don't know. So like all these different things can happen. And it all starts off with a simple, like, when you begin the game, you get to pick from like, there's a default like 5 or 6 kinds of shoes, like there's a sneaker, like a boot, flip-flop, this is basic things. You type in your name and your shoe size and you get one shoe to start. And then you just expand outwards. You unlock more shoes and you get all the other sizes, all the way from child sizes all the way up to like Shaq sizes. I think there should be like a curve where the middle sizes are very common, but the further out you get, the more rare it becomes, until when you get like a Shaq size shoe is very rare. And it should be an achievement to get the Shaq shoe of every kind, which means, yes, there's like a Shaq ballet flat and a Shaq high heel and, everything. It's going to be very funny. And when you get all the Shaq shoes, there should be some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of Shaq tie-in. I hope that you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if for those of you who are too young or not American, Shaq is Shaquille O'Neal, a basketball player from the 90s. But, you probably did know that. I don't want to underestimate your intelligence. So, then you can have things that might give problems to shoes, like stinky feet. Shoe production decreased by 70% or something. Yeah, you can buy upgrades like little spray you spray in the shoes so they don't smell so stanky. You know, you can get socks that go with the shoes. Um, you can get, I don't know, you can get like colorful, like neon laces. You can get like different lace colors. Ooh, think about that. Lace and shoe combinations. There we go. And yeah, yeah, all sorts of things like that. You can write on the shoes. I don't know. Maybe that could be a thing you can do. You can maybe there's a shoe designer mini game that you can unlock later, and you get a basic shoe design and you modify it how you want, and there you go. And maybe your shoe designs start appearing in other people's games, and they can vote like, do I like this design? Do I not like this design? And the more popular a design gets, the more it starts appearing in people's games. And then like there should be a contest. It's like whoever shoe is like the most popular, like there should be like a contract where that shoe gets made in real life and the person gets like a lump sum of cash or something. I think that would be cool. And everyone would be like, oh man, you have the shoe clicker shoe? Yes, I do. Alright, this is it, by the way. We are going to be out of here. Man, we didn't get one single thing that wasn't a frenzy or a lucky. But we're going to do a spell just because we have to try one spell. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the game itself is telling me to ascend. We don't have any interesting weeds. We don't have any interesting stuff. We don't have nothing. So, when we get together next time, we will be ascending. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.